Madam Chair, ladies and gentlemen, I've experienced this many times in my life. Do you ever go to sleep after eating too much cheese or too much meat, and then you start dreaming, and you have these incredible dreams where you're floating high into the sky, ever higher, looking down upon the earth? You suddenly realise what's going on, and you panic and you plummet to your death, but then you wake up startled. That is my experience of life without gravity. But can you imagine being an astronaut? That was what I wanted to be when I was young. To go up towards the moon, the solar system, the stars, and when you're there, you can float around gently. Experience this effortless floating around. It's a bit like being in a swimming pool where all your weight is taken off you. The great thing about not having gravity is you needn't worry about your weight. For all of you who are concerned about being obese or corpulent, you just forget about it, because all your weight has been taken away from you. All these people I know who have dodgy knees because they're too heavy, or arthritic limbs, you can forget all of that. Gravity does not impinge upon you. You're just there in this ethereal motion, just floating around. But gravity, as we know, varies according to where you are. On the Earth, you have to accelerate at 9.81 metres per second to escape the force of gravity. If you're on Jupiter, you'd be weighing 100 tons because the gravitational pull is so strong. Therefore, if you want to become an astronaut, if you want to go out into space, you would need to dispense with this gravity, otherwise you would not survive on these ultra-large planets. Then, of course, other aspects of gravity is when you're having a meal and you sometimes drop your plate or something, things smash on the floor. Now just imagine if the gravity was so weak that your Ming vase or your porcelain pieces didn't shatter into a million pieces. Instead, they would float gently down and just bounce on even the hardest granite surface. Pristine porcelain, completely undamaged. So gravity is actually not such a good thing. Now I grant you, if it wasn't for gravity, we wouldn't be sitting here now. We'd be whooshing off into space, and there wouldn't be much of a speakers meeting after that. But who cares about that? Because let's face it, gravity has its benefits, as we know. And for that purpose, I would say to you all, if ever people say to you, how would you live without gravity? Tell them, I would welcome it. There are many advantages. I've elaborated a few, but there are countless others, and time does not permit me to explain them all in great detail to you. So, who wants gravity? I don't want it. I can do without it. It's an absolute pain, and I bid you goodwill. Thank you.